taking things that do not belong to you. You understand? If there's a mental health issue or if there's a drug issue, which maybe there is from what I'm reading, there are plenty of places that will help you for free. But if you continue the way you're continuing, one or two things are going to happen. You're going to break into the wrong place. Somebody may try to defend their property, or you may take some drugs and get a hold of some bad drugs. You're going to have to start doing better. State of Texas versus Demetria Newman. That party's announced for the record for the state.
Brian Grimmer for the state of Texas.
For the defense.
Sharon Thorne for the defendant, Your Honor.
And Mr. Newman, how do you pronounce your first name?
Demetria.
Demetria. Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Newman, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
All right, Mr. Newman, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document
Yes.
with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna need you to speak up for me so that the court reporter can hear, okay? Did you understand you're charged with the burglary of a building with intent to commit theft? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
By entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Newman, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Thorne, I see that the attorney that was listed was Jeremy Best, and you scratched through that. So are you the attorney on this case?
Yes, Your Honor. I was appointed probably about 3 weeks ago. I'm not quite sure why he withdrew, but I was appointed.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that there was no mistake in the paperwork. All right, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, your punishment is to be assessed at 6 months in the state jail facility. And the state opposes, are there applications or no?
No application, Your Honor.
All right. So this document needs to be changed
That
to
doesn't
reflect.
sound right. I believe it's no application
Yes.
where it's an agreed amount of time.
And this one, if you could
Yes.
initial. And you understand that there's, that your punishment is to be assessed at 6 months in the state jail facility. There is no application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then, Mr. Newman, to the offense is charged in an indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Yes, Judge. State would offer state's exhibit number 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Newman, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will not be any live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your
Yes, I
client?
would, Your Honor. My client has 142 days in the Bear County Jail. We were asking that you give that credit to him against the 6 months that he's been going to be assessed.
So, Mr. Newman, why were you in the library?
It was cold outside and I think, well, when I went up to the library, it was like already open, but it was like an empty. That's the person already down on the floor and I had a blanket.
Okay, you gotta speak up so people can hear you.
I seen somebody laying on the floor and I walked over and I was like, it's cold outside, you ain't going upstairs or nothing. So I just opened it and went upstairs, but more stuff.
All right, there's a matter of you taking DVDs too. Do you have employment before this happened?
No, that.
Do you have children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
6, 7, and like 15.
All right, who are they with?
The mom.
And I'm assuming, because you don't have employment, you're not supporting them, right?
No.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna follow your agreement, but you're gonna have to get employment. You can't go into buildings when buildings are closed. You can be at the library and inside the library when it's hours. You can't be after hours. You can't be taking things that do not belong to you. You understand? If there's a mental health issue or if there's a drug issue, which maybe there is from what I'm reading, there are plenty of places that will help you for free. But if you continue the way you're continuing, 1 or 2 things are gonna happen. You're gonna break into the wrong place. Somebody may try to defend their property, or you may take some drugs and get a hold of some bad drugs. You're gonna have to start doing better. And when you have children, as I told other people, your children are not allowed to work. They're child labor laws. Now, if they're actresses or actors, they still have times that they're allowed to work. You can't have children and then not financially support them. Because right now, if it were up to you, your children would not be eating. Your children would not have a roof over their head. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're gonna have to do better. All right, I'm gonna follow your agreement, find you guilty, sentence you to 6 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing? Next, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement and because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Do better.
Yes, ma'am.
Your children need you.
Have you excused?
Yes.